Welcome to the All Sports Matter podcast. I am your boy JB, and we back to work. As you can see, hey, so I'm here by myself tonight. So what do y'all want to talk about? I know a few weeks back, Amir jumped on by himself while we was in the wind and we was on hiatus and doing everything else. So now I'm here. I'm trying to make sure we make it do what it do. So what y'all want to talk about? Well, first things first, let's talk about what's going on out there in the world of the NBA. We got the in season tournament popping off right now, and we got the finals happening tomorrow with the Lakers and the Pacers. Who y'all think is about to uh win this series between the Lakers and the Pacers? Because I see the way I see it, it could go one or two ways. It's the and a lot of people have been talking about, a lot of people sitting there saying that the uh the 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 script is written and they want the Lakers to take home the very first one, and they want LeBron to do it because he LeBron. I'm not 100% on board with that. As being a Laker slash Pelican fan, I don't think it's gonna happen like that because Indiana is playing some off the wall ball. But if anybody can do it, LeBron will probably be out there doing it. So how they was playing last night, how they drugged the Pelicans by 40 points, 43 points to be exact. It's gonna be crazy. So just tune into tomorrow. Make sure y'all have y'all popcorn ready because it's it's about to be all the way ridiculous up in there with the thing. What's happening with your what it is? Sanchez up in there. What's up, boy? Amir, really? LeBron the goat. I figured that would be you saying that. But yeah, so who y'all think go win? I me myself being a Laker fan, I think the Pacers go take it. And do you see this springboarding these two teams to, bigger things? The tournament right now, the tournament is important for the teams. It's giving the teams more money and it's giving them something else to play for. I'm sure, in coming seasons they go start giving it, more things to go for, and the winner of the tournament, because right now they have it separated east and west. They'll probably have it to where, okay, this division or this conference will get something when it comes to the finals or something like that. But as of right now, it's just about, stuff to stop making it so boring during the regular season, because a lot of people check out and don't really be checking it out during the season as much as they would, in the postseason. So we go see exactly what they do and how it transpires from here. But the NBA is they're trying to do something. So let's see if we can make it do what it do. Not on to we got other stuff happening. We got football going on. We got baseball. The biggest thing in baseball right now, and if Amir was here, he would tell y'all, it's the Shohei Ohtani sweepstakes. He was going to Toronto. They're saying it's out of Toronto in the Dodgers. So we'll see what they do. I personally hope that he chooses the Dodgers and stays in Los Angeles. And I'm sure, a whole lot of people hope you go to Toronto. I know they had Drake out there wearing an Ohtani jersey. So we'll see what's going on. Would you say he not in Toronto right now? See that the media gonna mess it up every single time. But the like Q said, we go get him. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm thinking. They said that the Dodgers are the front runner, but we'll see. There's a lot of people saying that he go resign with the Angels too, so we don't know. Amir, who your team signed or traded for? They just had a big trade that happened yesterday, and it was kind of big, and I'm personally happy about it because it gets him away from from over here, and he goes to the New York Yankees, Juan Soto, and it gets him away from having to play the Dodgers. So I like it. So congrats to you, Amir. I hope he does great things. The pinstripes, just keep him over there and keep him away from the Dodgers. What else is going on? Because I don't want to jump right into football, but we all know that's what's going on right now. The the conference championships were played in college, and whether you like it or not, the top four have been chosen. I know a lot of Florida State people out there is mad. They got people talking about they boycotting. Florida is boycotting. They don't want to play in the bowl game. Really, Florida? Did you make it? Did you do anything? Exactly. Florida State talking about they boycotting. They don't want to play in the bowl game while since they didn't get in the top four, even though they undefeated, but yet, Texas and Alabama did. You can look at it two ways. Yeah, you was undefeated. You should have been there. But do you really want to go to the dance, to the playoff, and get your head bashed in because you playing with a third string quarterback? Or do you want to sit out and do something else? I don't know. That's up to y'all, but I wouldn't want to go up in there and get my head punched in just because, I'm undefeated. If I know that I'm not going to make it, then it's one of those things. Yeah, you was undefeated. You was, and you deserve every bit of it. But what are you gonna do with it if you get there? We said if you Florida State, you go and take a knee every play. Oh man, I love it. I love it. But it's we second string. Oh, and who gave TCU a chance against Michigan? You're right. You're right. Yeah, you did give TCU a chance against Michigan, Mr. Monroe. But Amir also gave TCU a chance against Michigan. But we're not gonna talk about that because he ain't gonna never live that down if he hear me say that live on the air tonight. But yeah, it's were y'all really surprised that they put Alabama in over everybody else? I mean, I wasn't surprised. It's no way that they're about to keep the SEC out of the college football playoff. They're not gonna do it. And the fact that Alabama just beat Georgia, you knew they wasn't gonna keep Georgia in there. So if you surprised, then that's on you. Nobody else was surprised that they was gonna put the SEC in there. Georgia dropping the 4. I don't think they could make a strong enough case to really do that with them losing to Alabama. I don't think they could have kept them in there over Alabama simply because Alabama won. So, would it have been good for them to stay in there? Probably. Yep, you're right. ESPN paid way too much money to not have the SEC champion in the thing. So we gonna see. Maybe they're gonna you're gonna switch things up and add more people and extend the panel. But until they figure that out, this is what we got. I mean, what can you do? So now we didn't talked about that. We didn't talked about some baseball. We didn't talked about basketball because we don't know what's happening in the NBA right now. They going completely crazy. Let's talk about some football. We ain't been on in a few weeks, so we haven't talked about a whole lot of people who been losing, and some people that then started some winning streaks only to lose it again. Because Denver, they looked like they were starting to do good, and then they met up in Houston with CJ Stroud. So the 12 team start next year. I love it. What you saying? That sucks. I mean, we're gonna see what happened. Oh yeah. You said Coach Prime said it's a business decision. Coach Prime said he felt like he in a little over his head in Division One football. What does that mean? Did y'all see that coming? I, that's one of those things. He wasn't go. He thought he was gonna make it, but I don't know. I want to see him do better, but we gonna have to see what's going on with Coach Prime. Y'all think he's still gonna be at Colorado next year? Y'all think he go jump ship? I know he bringing people in. He bringing Warren Sapp in, and he bringing Byron Leftwich in. From what I understand, y'all think he gonna keep it up? He go bring people in, or think everybody hitting the transfer portal on him? I, we go see. It's left up to interpretation. We was talking. I was about to jump into the NFL. Let's talk about this guy with the Jacksonville Jaguars who's stealing $22 million. Sir, what's going on? You stealing all this money? He got caught though, unlike Brett Favre, but you ain't hear me say that because he still ain't gave that money back. But this guy, he definitely got caught and is going to jail. He pleading guilty. He took $22 million. He bought a Tesla a condo in downtown Jacksonville, right near the stadium, which is ridiculous. A $95,000 watch. Um, and then he bought some cryptocurrencies. But the thing that got him caught was the fact that he kept losing bets and on the sites. He kept placing bets and losing, and the tally kept going up. And this is the guy, he was in charge of financial stuff and things like that. And he did this all on Jacksonville Jaguars virtual credit card, uh which is real ridiculous. I don't understand. So if and he bought a truck too. Oh, see, he's just all over the place. He buying buying all this stuff and thinking people not go see that he just coming up in here with stuff. And he was working there from 2018 to this year when he got caught. So I mean, you're going down, sir. I don't know if you thought the Sheik was just gonna let that go, but he don't play about his money. So you gonna have to pay it all back with your time in jail. Somebody said Brett Favre went out there and bought a shrimp boat with that money. He did. He did. That's a shame. Brett Favre, pay that money back. Yours. You got that Wrangler money. Pay it back. Yes, a $95,000 watch. I don't know what that watch does, but if it's anything short of having a hologram jump out at random times to tell you what the time is, that you pay too much for your watch, sir. I don't understand why you need that. What what does that watch do? Does it do something special? Probably not. It's crazy. It's people crazy out here. Um, what what else y'all want to talk about? Because we jumping into football, but yeah, y'all see what's happening. We got people out here. We got a whole lot of quarterbacks that's going down, and people still crying about the turf. They're saying they need to take out the turf and put grass in the stadiums. Because especially up in MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where the Giants / Jets play, it seems like for the last few years everybody goes up there and gets hurt, including their players. So, uh, you know what, Amir? I'm not doing this with you today. Uh, do we need to get rid of the turf? Is that something that they should do? Because this is just getting is getting very strange the way this stuff is happening, where people continue to get hurt with this stuff because it it's a we it's something that doesn't need to be done, and you, you hate to see people just out here getting hurt for no reason. And I think this will help in not not getting people hurt as much. You still gonna have injuries, but they need to do something to kind of help it along. And who came out the stands to bench Trubisky? See, Trubisky. How y'all felt about the game last night? Because everybody just assumed that Pittsburgh was go run over New England and make just make their life miserable. And then Ezekiel Elliott remembered that he was Ezekiel Elliott, and Hunter Henry decided to wake up. So people who was in leagues last night, in fantasy football leagues, trying to do stuff, um, they that probably had Ezekiel Elliott or Hunter Henry on the bench or playing against them, and they just decided to wake up, and they was in they week where you win and you in, but now you at the point where you probably won't win. How y'all feel about that? Because it's a bad time. It's a bad time. I see my cousin David watching his son out there in Texas playing football, balling. I've been paying attention. He out there balling out in Texas. I forget what position they told me he played, but I know he was number 4 and he balling out. Did they win a championship? Let me know in the comments. Back to the NFL. I'm not even gonna talk about the 49ers because y'all saw what they was doing. The Eagles and the Cowboys. What y'all think gonna happen in that game? Because the Eagles, they had some people saying, I saw some commenters and some talking heads talking about, Jalen Hurts don't look right. He looked like he hurt. Maybe they should let Marcus Mariota play more. I I I don't know why those people have jobs with ESPN or Fox Sports, because they are completely out of their mind. Um, what do you think is going to happen in Dallas this week? Because You got Dallas, who's undefeated at home this year. You have the Eagles coming off of a tough loss, and they're trying to avenge that loss, and they don't want to lose to a division rival. Do you think that Dallas will keep up that winning streak, or do you think Philly is going to come out the approval point and punch Dallas in the mouth? And Philly also just signed Shaq Leonard. So where y'all think that's going? How do you think that this game is going to play out? Oh, 27-24 Cowboys. All right. I'll take it. Anybody else? Anybody? No, no. I like the odds of that. And I was telling somebody, I think it was at the barbershop, uh, if the NFL does have a script, then I think this is be the game where they try to get that controversy in there. Because if the Cowboys do win, now the Eagles drop to 10-3. The Cowboys are at 10-3. The Lions are at 10-3. The 49ers are at 10-3. So who goes where? Where do the Eagles fall? Do they go to 2? Do they go to 5? What happens in this? Because the Eagles and the Cowboys would be tied basically because they have a win apiece. So how does the NFC pan out with that happening? That's what we need to to look at right there. And if the NFL is scripted as people like to say, then this would be the perfect time for them to put that script in place and just have all the controversy and everything popping off with that. Now, the one thing I will say is after this week, the Cowboys schedule gets a whole lot tougher and the Eagles schedule gets a whole lot looser. So if you're a Cowboys fan and y'all win, I wouldn't go to talking too fast because it's a whole lot of other space for y'all to lose and not too much space for the Eagles to lose. So, oh, that's the ref that's reffing for that game. Oh, that guy. It's gonna be a whole lot of calls on the Cowboys. So y'all just be prepared for Cowboys Nation to be on all social medias, giving giving all types of takes about how they had 17 flags in the first quarter and the Eagles only had one for 5 yards and it was canceled out by another flag that the Cowboys had. So y'all just be prepared for that because this guy, yeah. Let me say Dan the 5th round. Oh, they in the 5th round. One more. All right. All right. Well, if they win the championship, we gonna have David on the show, D, because yeah, he out there balling out there in Texas. So shout out to him while he doing this thing. My little cousin out there balling out in Texas. What are some other surprises that y'all have seen so far this season? Whether it being people that's hurt, uh, teams that you thought was gonna be better, that's not, and that's everybody surprised by the at this point by the Chiefs. So y'all don't even have to say that because they just forgot how to catch out there. What are y'all surprised by? Who do y'all have winning the awards this year? You got MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie, Coach of the Year, Executive of the Year. Who do y'all have winning these titles? Because that time of the year is coming up, and well, it's kind of close. I know the MVP. They got a lot of people in there. It's a lot of people talking about quarterbacks, but then you have people saying that the likes of Tyreek Hill and Christian McCaffrey they're making their case. But then you have a Jalen Hurts, a Dak Prescott, a Brock Purdy who's in the conversation. They're making their case. So who do y'all have winning the MVP at this point? I want to know. I want to hear from y'all. Who do y'all got doing it? I know Amir got he have things on his mind. I know he have thoughts on it. Surprised Jacksonville was up and down even before the Lawrence injury. Yeah, I thought Jacksonville was gonna be way better than that. Chargers being trash with a so-called elite quarterback. I don't think it's on a quarterback with the Chargers. I think they need a coach change for real because that that guy, I don't know what's going on with him. I really feel like they're waiting to see what happens at Michigan, and as soon as Michigan and Jim Harbaugh part ways, he's going to be the next coach for the Los Angeles Chargers. I really feel like he will be. Tyreek Hill for the MVP. Woo. Do y'all agree? Q, you right there. Who you say, Q? Who you got getting the MVP? The Jets not signing another quarterback like Wentz. Belichick coaching the Chargers? Belichick, dude. Is he done as a coach right now, or is it just the talent that he has in New England? 'Cause I don't know if Belichick goes to the Chargers, but he might. It just depends. And the Chargers are right now waiting to see who's going to be available. And it's a lot of coaches that a lot of teams that need to change coaches because say that he like Tariq. I like that. He about to get fired as a GM, so he wants to go some. I get it. I get that. It's a lot of teams that need to make changes from the top down, and I know it's a lot of it's a lot of people down here. There's actually a guy that's going to the Saints game on Sunday who he has 500. He's giving out 500 free Fire Dennis Allen t-shirts free. He's gonna be giving them out outside the game. He's doing that Sunday. That's gonna be hilarious. But the Saints, I think the Saints start at Mickey Loomis. They need to go Mickey Loomis, Dennis Allen, Pete Carmichael, and they need to bring in a whole new regime. And as crazy as it sounds, if the Saints brought in somebody like a Brian Flores, to at least be the defensive coordinator, that'll make heads and tails difference. But they really need an offensive coordinator to come in here, and a name that'll come up is Eric Bieniemy. You bring in Brian Flores and Eric Bieniemy, and what you think the Saints can do? And then you get another quarterback because nobody down here trusts or likes Derek Carr. So if if they do that and then draft a quarterback of because right now they have all of the things pointing to them taking Jalen Daniels. Do they take Jalen Daniels if you get another head coach, offensive coordinator, or something like that? Do you take a flyer on him? Because right now you have players that really don't want to play. So they're going out there and getting on injured reserves, Michael Thomas, and not playing because they don't like the quarterback that they're playing with. Or you have players like Alvin Kamara who's going out there and telling you straight up and down, we have a bunch of people that's on this team that's not doing nothing. They talk a good game, but they're not doing nothing. And you can't really disagree with Alvin Kamara. He said the Saints are consistently inconsistent. That's the quote that he said out of his mouth, and he's 100% correct. So you like to see the Texans head coaches coach of the year, D'Amico. I can see that D'Amico Ryans because he got them. He got the Texans playing. He got them playing out of their minds, and I like it. These quarterbacks just don't impress. Yeah, quarterbacks just you got a mere favorite quarterback up there in Buffalo who who not doing nothing that they said he was gonna do. Then you have Justin Herbert who if he only had a coach, right? Like the Wizard of Oz, if I only had a brain, if he only had a coach, you know, that that's what they gonna say. What's up, Shane OB? Yeah, I'm on the horn today. Go Hawks. Oh, see that? He in the Big Ten. Go Hawks. We just gotta. It's a lot of teams out here that's gonna definitely be in the hunt for getting good coaching next year because it's some people that's gonna be changing. Uh, I think Cliff Kingsbury, although a lot of people will want him, I think he's going to be going to Houston. That's what I've been seeing. But he's another good candidate for offensive coordinator for somebody. Who else do y'all think is going to be looking for a coach this year? Because you have the Chargers who probably should be looking for a coach. You have the Saints who probably should be looking for a coach. Who else? Who else is out there should be looking for a coach that's probably not going to be looking for a coach because they just too stubborn to go out there and look for somebody when they know they should be. Tampa, Dan Quinn will probably be going after this year. Yep. Dan Quinn is another one, but for some reason, the Redskins, I think have a built-in backup with having Eric Bieniemy there as the offensive coordinator. I think they brought him there specifically to take over as the head coach after this year if Ron Rivera didn't turn nothing around. So I think the Redskins that's the reason why they brought him in there. Um, Tampa Tampa should definitely be on the lookout for somebody else. They're right now in the space to where you 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 didn't think they were gonna be you didn't think they were gonna be good. They started out hot and now they're just back to where everybody thought they was gonna be. So they they should probably be on the lookout for something else. I think the entire NFC South, that the entire division just need to look for more people. Just everybody in there and just break everybody up. Don't let them coach together ever again because this is not working out for none of them. Um, the who's it? Amir? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that, see that's how you know. I'll be on here with Amir all the time because I wasn't even looking at the comments and he said the exact same thing that I said. Yeah, the whole NFC South, that's just ridiculous. The Panthers have too much. Yeah, the Panthers have a lot happening right there, and I I don't know what to tell them. They got a lot going on, and not a whole lot of time to fix what's going on. It's that you done gave up your top draft pick, and you are definitely gonna give the Bears the number one pick, and you got what, Bryce Young, and how's that working out for you? I I don't know what I don't know what can help the Panthers at this point besides just a complete do over. Just cut everybody and see if they just let you take one person from every other team because it's not working. That's just ridiculous what they got going on there. Um, the Falcon. Are they gonna let Bijan play the rest of the year? Because I don't know what's happening with the Falcons. You drafted him number 8 and you barely play him until the last week and a half, week 2 weeks. That now you letting them play, but before then you putting Cordero Patterson in there and Tyler Algier. No, what's wrong with you? So we definitely need to see another coach in Atlanta because they have talent down there. As soon as they get a quarterback, they'll have some talent down there. All right, let's talk about the draft in the capital that the Bears have. What you want to talk about, Shane? Go ahead and talk about it. Let's talk about that because they have some capital, and as of right now, I know they have the number one pick, and I think they dropped out of the top 5 with their pick since they decided to not tank and start winning. So they'll probably take. And as of right now, it doesn't look like they're gonna take a quarterback unless they trade. And I've been seeing chatter that about them trading Justin Fields to Atlanta for whatever reason, for various reasons. But if they don't do that, then I can see them actually taking Marvin Harrison with that number one pick and not a quarterback as everybody has been saying. So if Caleb doesn't go number one, where do y'all see Caleb falling? Said Cordell for the MVP. Because I mean, it's people that need quarterbacks, but I don't know if he's gonna fall out of the top 5 if he doesn't go number one. Because and then I was seeing that somebody would I don't have it in front of me, but I was seeing a mock draft where somebody took Drake May over him if he didn't go number one. It was like Marvin Harrison, then the lineman, then Drake May, and then he ended up going number 5 or number 6. So Caleb, I don't know if Caleb is necessarily soft, but it's definitely going to be a big leap between USC and whoever drafts him. Is not going to be a cakewalk, and you see from Bryce Young, he hasn't been able to make that leap like CJ Stroud has, because CJ Stroud came in and nobody expected him to take off the way he has, but he has taken off now. It will we see a sophomore slump with CJ Stroud? I hope not, but you see that a lot of times. But I definitely hope we don't see him taking any steps back. But Caleb, with him coming in, if he can keep his mental acumen good, then he might be able to take off, and he might be able to do things that he wants to do. But until we actually see what he has going on, and see if he can, pick up the playbook and get things down, and where he gets drafted, then we you don't really want to rush to make assumptions on people. But we'll see what he has going on. Yes, Amir, you called CJ Stroud. We had to give him his props. Good job, Dad. No, I'm just playing. He did call CJ Stroud. He'll be a good system quarterback. Well, you know what, Shane? It's a lot of people who call out system quarterbacks, but should you? And I asked a few people this question before. Wouldn't you want your quarterback to be good in the system that you have? Yeah, I mean that's something that you would want, right? You want your quarterback to be able to manage the game and not lose the game if you have a lead, right? So I don't really think that's the what y'all making it out to be. That's it's not really a deterrent, because you want a quarterback to be able to be a system quarterback. Because when a quarterback comes in, you want him to play in that system. Sounds like a Purdy answer. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. And you see what Purdy's been doing, so I'll take it any day of the week, sir. Purdy is a great system quarterback. He is. He came in fit right for Kyle Shanahan's system. I agree. And me as a 49er fan, when he came in, last year, I just knew that the season was over with. I was like, okay, well, we can go ahead and pack it in and get ready for the draft, because I don't know what this kid's go bring. And then he kind of shocked me. So, I take it any day of the week. You say expectations were different in Houston and Carolina. Ugh, yeah, I, I didn't think it was gonna be the way it was. Caleb to the Raiders or the Titans. Ooh, do the Titans really need to draft another quarterback? Because they didn't taking a quarterback in the last 3 years, and it don't seem like neither one of them have panned out for them. So do they? I mean, it's I don't know what's going on with them either, because they starting to look like when the Browns was taking quarterbacks every year. Like you keep doing this, but nothing is coming from it. It was a point in time the Browns had the number one pick like 8 years straight and didn't make nothing happen. So I don't know what to say. The Titans need to draft a coach. They do need to draft a coach, but they go keep Ryan Tannehill for forever and always. And that's what I told Fleck, because Fleck was sitting there trying to say something. He wished one of my players got hurt, and I wished Ryan Tannehill on him forever. The Browns are still taking the quarterback every year. They are, because the one that they just signed for guaranteed money can't stay healthy. Was I don't understand what's going on. What it was, what he had surgery on his shoulder. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. He said Tannehill is the coach. Yeah, that doesn't make it better. That doesn't make Nick Molina. I'm glad you made an appearance, Mr. Molina. I didn't get to talk to you after the Eagles lost. I'm looking at you. But that was last week. On to this week. Y'all better go ahead and beat the Cowboys. I know that. That's all I'm telling you. But back to where we at. Browns not gonna pay him. It's guaranteed. They go pay him. They go pay him. The Browns not about to take another quarterback. They better not take another quarterback, because that'd be just be ridiculous unless they take a quarterback in the 6th round. That's the only way they need to draft a quarterback. But if they paying Deshaun Watson all that money to go sit in massage parlors and draft another quarterback high, then something is wrong with them. And everybody in Cleveland need to go ahead and sit down somewhere. They need to wait for LeBron to retire and bring him in to be the GM, because he can put together a better team than what they're doing in Cleveland right now. I mean, God, come on. You got Cincinnati. They started out slow. They started to come on, and then Joe Burrow went down. So, what do y'all see happening in Cincinnati? Do you think they can turn it around? Do you think they still gonna make the playoffs? They gonna make the push and get in there and do what they they need to do, or do you kind of just slow rolling and kind of coast? And if you make the playoffs, great. But if not, just kind of save your guys up and keep everybody healthy for next season. You know, a guy that played intramural that could quarterback better than Watson. I knew a few of them. I knew a few of them that could do it. He said FTCB. I, you know, Amir. I, I, I like the way that sounds. I like the way that sounds. And coming from Mr. Molina, I feel like that could be what that means. Actually, with his fandom to being the way it is, I feel like that's exactly what that could mean. The Vikings will probably move away from Cousins, but they've already said that that they're not going to. They say they go re-sign him in the offseason for whatever reason. I don't understand why they would do that. They've been trying to trade him forever, and now you want to re-sign him just because he's hurt. Maybe they're gonna try to re-sign him and trade him. I don't know what the plan is with that, but they definitely need to move off of Cousins, because that's mm, that's ridiculous. And yes, see there, we was all on one accord with what FTCB meant. That was pretty amazing. I feel like we don't have many Cowboys fans on here, because if somebody would have said something, the Browns will take. Will the Browns really take Kirk Cousins? I mean, they might. It's possible. You're right. They just be taking folks. Either the Browns or the Jets. The Jets are, they'll try to take him in, and maybe he can get on that same whatever the hell Aaron Rodgers was taking. He can get on that same juice, because Aaron Rodgers just went up in there acting completely ridiculous. So, oh, my bad, Q. I forgot you was a Cowboys fan. My bad. But yeah, man. All right, Nick, I'm gonna holler at you, brother. Be cool. Uh, he could give us. Hey, what is it that Aaron Rodgers is actually on? Because it's no way possible you about to come back from a blown out Achilles in 3 months, to possibly be about to play again. I don't. I'm not understanding what he was on. Or, well, I'm not going to even ask if his Achilles was really blown out, because I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm not medical at all, and I'm not about to say that it wasn't, because everybody said that it was. But what was he really on that it just came? He was able to come back so fast. How, is it a miracle of medicine? Was he on some type of psychedelic mushrooms, or does he is he in the Illuminati? Does he have something that we all don't know? We need answers. We need answers. I just hope he wasn't out there hanging out with Brett Favre, because then he probably that that's where the $5 million went, y'all. I just figured it out. $5 million went to rebuilding his Achilles right there. The question would be why. Yeah, that season is over. So I don't understand. Nobody really understands why he's coming back. I mean, he's Aaron Rodgers, so he just wants to prove that he can win. He played 3 downs and immediately got hurt. So I think he wants to prove that he can win somewhere that's not Green Bay. So even if it's just one game, he goes in there and he plays and he wins that game. Now I've proven that I can win outside of Green Bay. Is it worth it? Probably not, because I mean, you 40, dude. I wouldn't test it, because Father Time is definitely undefeated. But I mean, go for what you know. I guess you you got money to do something, so I guess I, I wouldn't personally jump in that water like that, because I know how Father Time like to work, and he is not kind or fair to nobody. So, but yeah, d- how many games you think Aaron Rodgers will play? Because he go play. How many games you think he will play? Because that was, oof. Yeah, Tua, watching him go down was like watching Tua go down. It was, eesh. Everything got different when you're 40. Yeah, when you're 40 plus, everything everything hurts. It hurts when you roll out your bed because you don't just stand up out your bed normal. You roll out the bed and then you kind of get up and stretch and everything start popping and cracking. So you sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies, literally for real. It's not even a game. But as long as you can walk around and you still up and running on this side of the dirt nap, you are great. You are great, my friend, and I appreciate you for being here. What somebody who that was brought up to it? That was Shane. Shane Ob. What's going on in Miami? By the way, because Miami and a lot of people say they like the Cowboys. They can beat up on the bad teams, but when they play a good team, they kind of quiet because they hung 70 on Denver, but then the very next week, So what's going on with Miami? Why can't they seem to get over the hump when they play somebody that's over 500? Can anybody explain it? Is it the defense that's not helping them out? Because the offense putting up numbers. You got Tyreek Hill who's about to have 2,000 yards, 2,000 receiving yards this year, setting records and everything like that. But what's going on with everybody else? Because it's like the offense is primed to set all these records and score all these points, but they're not doing nothing. As the Cowboys fans that questions. We know what's happening with the Cowboys. They don't seem to want to play defense when it's time to play defense. They beat the Seahawks and they put up 42 points, but the Seahawks put up 35. So you gotta not let them score all the points that you scoring. That's the key to victory. When you scoring, you gotta not let them score. I just taught y'all some coaching right there. I don't know if y'all didn't know that or not, but the Seahawks are 6-6 now. They don't count. Oh, okay, because they under 500. They 500, so they don't count as beating an over 500 team. That makes sense. That makes sense right there. That's knowledge right there. They doing what the Patriots did with Brady. I can see that. The only difference is with Brady, the Patriots won Super Bowls. I don't know if they gonna be able to win the Super Bowl like that. Not doing it that way. They gotta keep doing. They gotta win some big time games because once you get to the playoffs, well, I was about to say all the teams are above 500, but you got the NFC South. They're not gonna be above 500. So if you can catch one of them, you might be able to be good. But in order to get to the Super Bowl, the team that you go play definitely not gonna be below 500. So you got to come up in there with your mind right, or you definitely go be going home way sooner than you thought. The AFC South though, I don't think anybody expected the AFC South to be doing what they're doing. We thought they was gonna be the second worst conference in the league, and they between Jacksonville and Houston, they kind of holding it down. But Tennessee is Tennessee. We not gonna count them as part of the AFC South right now because I don't know. Indy was trying to do something, and then Gardner Minshew and the quarterback got hurt. Giants winning 5 games. that is a real good challenge because the Giants ain't gonna make it. But although Tommy DeVito, hey, he's a wise guy. So he might have heard you, and he might be trying to jump on that train. So we never know what's gonna happen with the way Tommy DeVito going. He said he don't have no tank. He don't know how to do it. So we gonna see what happens. I personally, Q, if you got Jerry Jones' number, if you got one of the numbers, you need to call him and tell him, for everybody's sake, they need to go ahead and beat the Eagles. Do I believe they could do it? I don't know. I hope they do, but I don't know if I believe they can. I'm not a true believer like you. I want them to do it because I would like to see the 49ers have the number 1 seed. As everybody, you want your team to have the number 1 seed, but I don't know if they can do it. They kind of let everybody down when the chips are the chips are in. When everybody's all in, they let everybody down. So I can't put all my chips on the Cowboys. If they win, they win. That'll be great. They probably won't win though. That's all I'm saying. Are the Raiders go do anything this offseason? Are they go do anything? And the Giants twice still. They still got to play the Giants twice. Well, how they go get the number 1 seed? How Amir? Please enlighten me as to how. If they beat the Cowboys, then yes, because after that they have a cakewalk. If they beat the Cowboys, then yes, they cakewalk straight to the number 1 seed. If they lose to the Cowboys, however, then they automatically go down to at least number 2, maybe number 5, depending on how things shake out. So the only team that I will say will probably stand in the way of the 49ers taking the number 1 seed is the Ravens. That's probably the toughest team left on the schedule because you got the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the Ravens, the Commanders, and the Rams. So the Ravens are the only team I can see that might pose a problem. But even with that, I don't know if it'll be too much of a problem because they have been playing completely out of their minds since the bye week. Now they have to fly to Baltimore for that Christmas game, but I kind of like their chances. But again, it's one of those things where it could go either way. Which Lamar Jackson are you gonna get? Is Odell Beckham go be there, or is he gonna be injured that day? Are they gonna be able to run the ball? It's one of those things. So you picked the Cowboys to win, but then somebody pissed you off, a certain Cowboys fan. So now you're saying the Eagles. All right, well, I'll take it. I want the Cowboys to win. I hope they win, but every time I want the Cowboys to win, they always seem to lose. So maybe I should say I want the Eagles to win so that the Cowboys win. I don't want to put that bad juju on your boys Q. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to use reverse psychology and say the Eagles are gonna win that game. Now let's see what they do. They need to do it because I put the reverse psychology on there. Well, that's the other thing because I almost forgot. We had it in the notes earlier. Everybody was talking about Angel Reese and everything, how she was away from the team, stuff like that. She is back with the team, and the reason she was away from the team was because of mental health reasons. She had to take a mental health break because everything was just getting to her. She wasn't used to the attention. She wasn't used to being in the spotlight as much as she was getting all of the money. So she had to take a mental health break. So she missed 4 games for mental health reasons. She came back and she's playing again. Are the Tigers out of the woods with or the Lady Tigers, should I say, are they out of the woods with the other stuff they had going on? Probably not. They have some other stuff going on behind the scenes, but Angel Reese has been back, and that is confirmed. That was the reason why she was out. You said the Giants losing to Michigan. That's a shame. Why would y'all lose to Michigan, Amir? That makes no sense. Don't be losing to Michigan, but they probably would. They probably lose to Appalachian State. I said it. I said it right here. Anyway, we didn't got on here. We didn't talked a little bit. I think I done ran my mouth quite a bit, and I'm a little tired right now. I'm a little bit done. So we'll go ahead and jam out right here. I appreciate y'all coming on here and talking to me and us getting in here and doing what we do. I'm glad to be back, and we go ahead and keep it going, and we go make sure that we keep this going week in, week out. Also, don't forget to listen to our radio show on Vibe 95 or the Parlay Period app. Go ahead, you can listen to our radio show every Sunday morning. There it is right there. Every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Or you can listen to it on the website, vibe95station.com. You can download the app if you go to your app store. It's the Parlay app. It's a white P on a purple background. If you type it in, Parlay, Parlay, put a period behind it, and it'll pop right up. Go ahead and listen to our show every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And like I always say, some people like football, basketball, and soccer, while others like hockey, baseball, and NASCAR. But here, all sports matter. And I'm out.